Well, yes, it is another seriously hot and muggy day in the city and pretty much right across our viewing area. Wherever you're watching us, it is likely already incredibly hot out there, feeling like 36. So because of that, a heat warning remains in effect for Toronto and other parts of southern Ontario. Environment Canada says it's going to feel closer to 40 today once you factor in that humidity. The agency does expect a cooler air mass to arrive in many parts of the province tomorrow night, but it's warning the hot and humid conditions in the GTHA may continue into Wednesday. Let's talk more about this extreme heat. We're joined by Steven Flisfeder, meteorologist for Environment Canada. Steven, appreciate you joining us here. This period of weather that continues to be this hot, that break we're seeing, in the next couple of days, is that going to be much of a break, or is it still going to remain relatively hot?
Yeah, I would call it a relative break from the heat. We're still expecting temperatures to remain in at least the high 20s beyond Wednesday, and then a warmer air mass making its return for the weekend. So it's a relative cool down for Thursday, Friday, but that's not to say that it won't be appreciated.
No kidding. Steven, you've been putting out these forecasts, I'm sure, for a while at Environment Canada. What stands out to you about the sustained nature of these days? It's only 10:30 in the morning and feels like 36 out there, but this has been kind of a story we've seen, July and now into August as well.
Yeah, this summer has definitely been hotter than normal, which was the seasonal outlook at the beginning of the summer. We were expecting this. It has been sustained throughout the summer. It hasn't been many cool days to find actual relief. So that's what's been the standout for the summer so far, is that those continuous hot days, a lot of humidity and very little precipitation, especially over the past couple of weeks.
Now, I noticed that there are, in some of our graphics, a little bit of rain in the forecast, and our meteorologist, Bill Coulter's also calling for that. Could we see much relief from that rain, or do you expect that just to be kind of like scattered and intermittent?
Yeah, I would say it's going to be scattered and intermittent. We're expecting a couple of periods where there could be some shower activity for parts of southern Ontario, one through this evening and into the overnight for parts of southwestern Ontario. Tomorrow overnight into Wednesday is where more people will likely have some shower activity, but it's going to be very very sparse showers across the region. It's looking like it'll dry out as it reaches the GTA, so not looking like a lot of precipitation relief for parts of southwestern Ontario, much more likely relief for areas east of Georgian Bay, Cottage Country, those kinds of places. Okay, so not a lot of relief for those lawns that are effectively crisp hay at this point, Steven. Let's talk about the potential relief that's coming next week. You say there's we get a bit of time, minor relief this week, very hot weekend, and then do things get more seasonal starting next week? It's going to be take it as it comes kind of forecast. Right now, we're focusing on this week with the hot temperatures continuing across the week, even though there is that relative cool down for later this week. Next week, it still remains to be determined.
Okay, all right, so you can't even sort of call it too far beyond that. Steven, when you see these days like this, going to a high of 35, not even factoring in the humidity, that's a factor here, just the number of days we've seen over 30, it seems remarkable this year as compared to recent memory.
Yeah, this one has definitely been a very hot summer for days of 30 or more. Every year is going to be different. This year, we happen to be under the influence of a fairly persistent ridge of high pressure across southern Ontario, extending into Quebec and northeastern United States. That's what's been responsible for the very dry conditions and the continuous surge of warm, moist air from the States. So it has been very hot, a very humid summer.
Does any of this, Steven, play into anything of what we might experience come winter?
It's very far into the future for the winter. Right now, we haven't even gotten to the end of summer. There's still fall in between, so it's not something we can say with any kind of confidence at this stage what the winter will be like. Okay. Steven Flisfeder, meteorologist for Environment Canada. Appreciate the time and expertise this morning. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.